So I served as well in Columbus, Ohio, the Columbus Mission. And it was a fantastic experience in a lot of ways, because I remember when I was in the MTC and I was studying Portuguese and attempting to learn the language, that, well, it was just really difficult, and I started getting a little bit stressed out because it was like, oh my gosh, I have to teach people in this language. Like, I couldn't ask for hardly anything, couldn't ask for a pencil in Portuguese. It was that hard for me. And so getting called to the United States for a few transfers was actually really nice, because I was able to separate two important concepts: the mission language, and then separate like how to be a missionary, if that makes sense. And so while I was in Ohio, I could just focus on becoming a missionary. You know, understanding how to talk to people, how to teach people, how to use scriptures, you know, going over basic concepts within Preach My Gospel in my native language. And so it was a lot easier for me to understand it. And so I had a lot of important growth experiences related to that, just learning to be a missionary while I was in Columbus. I was there for 4 transfers, so about 6 months. So that was a good amount of time to be able to learn a little bit about how to be a missionary before tackling the mission language full on. And so yeah, after those 6 months, I received my visa and I went to Brazil. And then I had a general idea of how to be a missionary. Every mission is different. Like, how you serve in one mission may not necessarily be the way you're going to serve in a different mission. But a lot of the concepts are similar between missions. And so while I was in Brazil, you know, I knew some things, but a lot of the rules were different within the mission. But in general, I could just focus on learning the language, which was very helpful to me. So I'm very grateful that I served in the United States for a few transfers before going to my primary mission. I know a lot of missionaries get a little bit stressed out about that. Oh my gosh, I want to go to my mission, that's where I was called. I can firmly testify that I was called to both missions. And I know the Lord had a purpose for me to serve in a different mission first, before I went to my actual mission call.